behind the curtain at some of the world's biggest tech companies, there's this quiet strategy unfolding to handle all the internal chaos. And today, we're going to dig into how they're basically automating their own stability.
I mean, it's the question on everyone's mind in tech right now, right? You've got teams shrinking, companies reorganizing, and all their internal tech is under a ton of stress. So how do they keep the whole thing from just breaking?
Okay, so before we get to the fix, we gotta understand the problem. And it all really starts with the people, with the workforce. Things are, well, they're pretty shaky right now.
Yeah, this new corporate climate has created a real perfect storm. On one hand, you've got layoffs. That means people who know how the complex systems actually work are suddenly gone. And at the same time, priorities are shifting like crazy. So the folks who are left get pulled onto new projects, leaving all the old important stuff kind of vulnerable. And, well, when the human side of things is unstable, you can bet the technology is going to follow. The cracks don't just show up on an org chart, they start showing up right in the code.
Look, the goal is always the same, right? A smooth, perfect, glitch-free world where everything just works. But the reality? For a lot of these companies, it's a daily fight with system errors and broken internal tools. And this isn't just annoying, it can bring productivity to a grinding halt. So, when a system is under this much stress, it's gotta have some kind of defense mechanism. What's the corporate version of an immune response that kicks in to fight all this chaos?
One word: automation. It's simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Companies are basically using it to build a digital safety net, for when the human one starts to fray.
And this is where we get to the heart of the solution. We're talking about building stability on purpose, using automated systems. And listen, this isn't just about being more efficient. For some, it's literally about survival.
Now, one of the main tools they're using is something called regression testing. Just think of it like an automated security guard for the code. Every single time a developer changes something, the system jumps in and checks. Hey, did that new thing you just did break something that was already working? It's all about preventing that first domino from falling and causing a huge mess.
And this isn't some abstract, theoretical thing. No, companies are aiming this at the stuff that absolutely has to work. They're automating tests for HR systems, super important during a reorg. They're doing it for employee dashboards, the things people use every single day. And they're even securing their internal AI pipelines, which, let's be honest, are becoming more and more critical.
So what does this all mean? Well, this shift has huge implications. It's basically creating a whole new foundation for how work actually gets done when everything else feels so unstable.
And the end game here is to make sure that even when the company itself is in flux, the tools people rely on are stable and solid. It all comes down to, quote, ensuring smooth transitions and glitch-free updates. So if you take away one thing from all this, let it be this. When the human side of a company is uncertain, automation is being brought in to create a new kind of technological certainty. It's like building a digital bedrock to keep everything steady. Which really leaves us with a big question, doesn't it? As companies keep changing and restructuring at this insane pace, you have to wonder, is all this quiet background automation the only thing, that invisible force, holding the whole place together?